Oh, what's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. In this particular video, I will be reviewing Real Housewives Atlanta season premiere episode. This is 7, right? Episode 1. Also, no, I don't know the title of this episode, but it should be called Showtime at the Apollos, because that's pretty much what this episode was about this evening. Okay, shout out to my YouTube fan, my old and new subscribers, some supporters. Also, keep a good ghetto view in your prayers if you have not subscribed to our channel, and also look at my favorites. And I gotta make another support video. I know that's a little bit relevant, but let's get into this, y'all. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and like and share this video. And hopefully this time I stop being hypocrite like I have been on our fast this month and actually upload this in, like this year. So anyway, y'all, let's get into this. Now, we're just gonna get Nene out the way because Nene was kind of like, main star, but she's in Las Vegas, she's a guest star, like, the announcer or something at the Zoo Manny, the Circus or Soleil, whatever show, circus slash sexuals type of show, whatever, but adult plus 18 crowd. And she, was about, of course, great, of course, her main supporter, and main support whatever, as far as, the backbone is there with her. She's going through the lines, everything else. She's in this last scene orgy. I don't know, people just bra and panties and they just like rehearsing because they don't feel like blurring it out. Or they're supposed to be all butt-ass naked in. I don't know. And she's supposed to be announcing and it's supposed to be a big-ass orgy, basically. And that's pretty much, she's glad she's out the drama. And what else to say? She's in Las Vegas. Which a couple of my favorite members is right now too, okay? I'm just saying, I hope they enjoy themselves, but it's my brother's birthday was today. So, happy birthday to you, bro, Kenny. Anyway, so, let's get into that. Oh, let's get also the thing with the Cynthia thing, because she, pretty much, she goes visit Kenya. Kenya's only there for like 5 seconds, okay? We're basically talking about how Kenya has went for the past 3 months traveling all the world to deal with the effects of basically Porsha trying to make Kenya into a human mop at the reunion show. And of course I noticed that they did not play. They got right to the point when she removes the bullhorn out of Miss Kenya's hands and then proceeds to, pull a little bit. Well, I mean, it's beyond pull a little bit. But Kenya, of course, is saying, and Cynthia comes over there for support about how basically they're making Kenya like there's nobody supposed to be, look at Kenya as a human being, and how everybody went to Porsha even though she was the one who did the attacking. And, there's still debate. People are saying, to this day, not to this day, but what I'm just saying is, did Porsha have every right? Was she attacked? Was the hands in the face? Did she feel threatened? Did she just get the opportunity just to drag or take whatever BS she was on? We don't know. But I mean, it depends on what side you're on. But, Kenya is like talking about this situation. And that's, I guess, brought out. I don't know if they're going to bring up any more about her African Prince Hakeem, or if they're going to bring up about, if she's going to try still with his fertility doctors and whatnot. This is first episode, so I don't know. We'll see. And, by the time this goes off in July of 2016. And, so she's basically talking, Cynthia's like, I understand, I feel you, and, about the Nene thing. And now she's saying that Nene, who she looks as now as her nemesis and negative and just, just numerous counts of bad, or, just anything that has to do with a bad thing within. That's pretty much what she thinks of Nene right about now. So, she's at the agency. There's her, Peter makes an appearance and brings her sushi and picnic baskets and bouquet of roses. And, Cynthia's saying now she has so much time for her husband. But I'm like, how much time do you spend talking to Nene that somebody will go over your husband? Okay, alright. So, but now the relationship is better than ever. And everlasting love is pretty much what we're getting now. Based on what Cynthia's saying, it's better. She didn't say anything about, well, it's been getting on more, whatever, like that was kind of the problem they had last season. And what happened to her sister? Is Madeline coming back this season? and shit. It's just, I mean, you know, I guess her thing about that too, Cynthia. Probably that was a good thing. Maybe also why y'all might be the romance why I came back too, because if yo considering the circumstances was Mallory and everything else, I'm just okay. Let's get on to the next thing. So, we have that going on, and they, you know, this whole thing is tied. Porsha, like I said, I think is, you know, sitting here, you know, giving us, you know, just an interesting photo shoot. She's got a swim line out, even though I haven't heard about it, but she is sitting there. She's on Dish Nation, so you can't give it, you know, you can't fall making sure she get the money straight, okay? And her and Kenny, like I said, are talking, you know, talking about the Kenya thing. Kenny goes to visit. You know, you had a scene where her and Todd just talking about, you know, how Todd started, I guess, is moving in with him and stuff in the marriage thing, and they're just talking and blah, 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 and maybe working the babies. Okay, other than that, so they're talking, and, you know, I guess Candy was talking about, so what it is one back and forth. You got Kenya's side talking to Sympathy. You know what, no, I mean, why did I call Cynthia Sympathy? Okay, but, or so maybe I meant to say Cynthia, because she was giving sympathy to Kenya's situation, so okay, it's understandable. So, we got that side, and we got Porsha and, you know, Candy talking about, you know, for some point is, you know, how Kenya's always say, I'm from Detroit, I'm from Detroit, I'm from Detroit, I'm from Detroit, okay? And, you know, she basically, you know, asked for more than she needed to ask, and she kept, you know, pushing it, and she pushed it off the Grand Canyon, and that's why she got the results she got. Is basically what Porsha and Candy are somewhat saying. So yeah, I really didn't think they really went to the episode. So yeah, now Paulo seemed to make more of appearance this time than the ladies themselves. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but I've seen him quite a bit. Okay, he had his own confessional. Did he have one last year, or did the men have their last year? But I'm just saying, now he was the main focus, because we all know now he is serving his what he was saying he possibly 5 years, but we're serving his term that he has caused, and he's trying to say to a certain point is, I know what I did was wrong, but at the same time my wife is supposed to support me. Now I'm not married yet, or, you know, what will be future, but what I'm saying is that, you know, I have to look at it from an angle as a person that's not married yet. Is like, you know, and this is a question to y'all, because it's one of those things, it's a opinion, and, you know, it may vary based on whether you're married or not, or just that person that you are in general. How if you had someone who was going to jail, and, you know, Apollo brought up this point in his first confessional, like, you know, there's people up there basically raping, killing. I'm not a serial killer. I'm not molesting anybody. I'm not doing any malicious crime like I'm doing, I guess, anything that pertains to a physical harm or verbal harm, or like anything that touches a human being in a negative way. You know, why am I possibly getting 30 years for something where I'm not touching anybody? But, you know, sir, you're touching people's wallets. You're touching people's identities. You're touching, you know, I'm just saying, that's what we're looking at here. And, you know, it goes various, like, you know, what y'all think? So Phaedra is somewhere in hotel townhouse sitting there with her babies, and the mama's coming to visit, and I think Candy comes to visit, whatever. This is a little on and off through the thing. And she's basically like this. Now, we all know, we heard the rumors by at least 2 or 3 women. One of the ladies that worked with Apollo before claimed that Phaedra, you know, had taught her even down to her head skills, you know, to get, you know, to suck people into deals literally more than one way. Okay, as far as maybe negotiations and the crime thing, you know, Phaedra was, you know, the type that, you know, wore a graduation cap and a book in one hand and maybe, you know, a gun in her purse. What I'm saying, she basically on paper, that made it a better camouflage, you know, because you ain't expecting her to be on some foul shit. So, you know, it made it seem like some people probably think like the reason why she basically said like Apollo, and, you know, he made have no, you know, they might have talked it over and maybe for the cameras and stuff like that. But, you know, it kind of question mark, because did she leave because she said she did not know what the heck was going on, or she knew what was going on and to not associate with the stuff, or she just tuned it out. You know, there's so many, you know, there's a couple of speculations, but we don't know. But we do know is his ass did the stuff, and now he's in jail. You know, it's prison, serving time. And so, we got one scene where Apollo is the day that he's going for a sentencing, and his brother, I don't know if that's the only sibling he has, is there. He used to raise him, you know, they have the same mom, different dad. And he raised him a couple years because his mom, you know, was battling addiction. And basically what Apollo says later on when he meets his family after he gets the sentencing, you know, that basically his mom suffered, you know, am I right, y'all? You know, like when you got drug, like such as drugs and alcohol, that's chemical addiction, right? And then some things it's like gambling and stuff like that. That's process addiction, right? So in his case, he's trying to say now that the problem he had could be basically some type of addiction to a certain lifestyle, you know. So I guess he got a process addiction. We don't know, but even his brother, you know, was wondering, like, you know, you got everybody, like, you know, he's like this. His brother's like, okay, he was surprised that Phaedra wasn't there. Phaedra's like, basically like this, if you really cared about what you thought about what you did to me and your family, then you wouldn't put yourself in this position right about now. So you figure it out, okay? Okay, so, the brother even admits, like, I'm not really proud about what you did, bro, but I'm still going to be here to support. So, Paulo's feeling some type of way because his kids ain't here and expect his wife to be there to at least be support. Even though we can say other things had led up to the situation, as we've seen on the trip last season, is, you know, stuff has started being questionable anyway. And I think it could have been one of sick and tired moments, but, you know, that was the last straw. And Phaedra just got sick and tired. And like I said, you could tell that it was problems not including this. And it just led up to it possibly as a final straw. I know, sorry y'all, I'm just rambling, but you know, just trying to get this out the way. So, but so he's up here. You got Todd talking about the situation. Todd spoke to him, I guess, on the way to the courthouse, and he was saying, you know, Phaedra ain't there, blah blah blah, and it just shocked. And you know, Todd's like, you know, read Psalms 91 and keep prayer. I'm not being fun, but I'm just saying that, you know, power of prayer works, okay? But he, you know, it's just shocking everybody to a certain degree, you know. But the only thing is they didn't ask Nene about what she thought about it. I don't think, because Nene, like I said, was there. Kenya, I don't think was brought up. It was really like, really the thing I think I know is Lisa was brought up in Candy and the Cynthia. And I don't, and your Porsha, I know they brought it up like with a deep definition about some of her opinion, but I was shocked about hearing about that. So that's how that's going. And so when he gets sentenced, you know, Phaedra still feels some type of way, whatever, right? And to make a long story short, okay, I think it's the day of the next day. Apollo goes visit Candy and Todd. Todd and them are talking about the issue of his, you know, what's going on. I've been debating about, I guess, a couple times, a little bit off or whatever, right? And so, all together, Candy looks at it from the angle, it is sad when usually go to sentence, you know, black men, that they usually get like unfair sentencing, and then when they come out, I mean, to the real world, they're not given opportunities to get a job most of the time, so they go back to the lifestyle previous that got them incarcerated in the first place, or, you know, and in HIPAA, what I had to look at it is that, yeah, I understand your point, Candy, but Phaedra, I mean, from what we gather is this question mark is like, okay, married Phaedra, was Phaedra taking financial care, you know, supporting him even down to financial wise. And so kind of it's like, well, why did he have to do that? And then if y'all remember when she was going this, you know, she's still going, you know, to school, trying to get a funeral home and stuff, she offered, I could have sworn, an opportunity for him to run some of her funeral homes or one of the funeral homes and stuff. And he said he didn't want to do that. Nah, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, and then he admitted last episode, and you know, like I said, it was a messed up, you know, even though it was nice to see him all nice and sweat without shirt off, it was kind of fucked up last season when that fight occurred. And you know, here he admitted right before that fight when they had that party talking about some he's spending 5 G's every time he goes to the strip club. So yeah. But Phaedra's like this, you know, like you said, I'm not a part of it, okay? But you know, Candy did admit, even though she kind of understands from Phaedra's point of view that being her girl, because like I said, her and Ty was talking about the discussion, she still believes, you know, even Billy Clinton was by him on Bill Clinton's side. Not exactly when, you know, when, you know, cigars was being stuck on what's her name's Bill Clinton. What was that? What is that Monica Lewinsky's coochie and shit? And you know, she up here, you know, blowing him away, you know, whatever. She still stand by it, and to this day, she is still with Bill Clinton, ain't she? He's still with her. So, you know, it's sickness and health and good and bad times as far as marriage wise, whatever. It's like, you know, Candy was looking like, you know, she can understand, but to the same point is, you know, as far as, you know, like still some type of support. You know, like I said, Apollo goes to Val, you know, Candy's actually okay. How many years? Val's like, it's going to be, you know, maybe 5 he has to serve. And Todd's just asking, you know, about the situation to him, you know, with the Phaedra thing. Like I said, it was kind of like almost the same repeating thing, like I'm part of Phaedra, repeating the same stuff over and over again. And then to fast forward, because like I said, it was just back and forth, like, did you hear this? Did you hear this? Did you hear this? Did you hear this? And of course, Apollo admitted to Todd, though, that it wasn't even before he left the damn court that they already had put it viral and stuff like that. But, you know, Phaedra's excuse was also to be noticed that she was trying to protect her children from the paparazzi. And unless it was good editing, I did notice, and I didn't see the news when this came out, we didn't see any paparazzi at their house. We seen him when he was at the courts. When I seen pictures, it was in the courtroom. You know, drawings, you know, you got little Van Gogh drawings, you know, criminal sketches. And, I mean, you know, court sketches. Sorry, y'all, it's a little bit late. I'm saying that. So, that's what happened. So, to fast forward to the last scene, because like I said, pretty much this was going back and forth. Phaedra finally comes to the homeless lady with her mom. I don't know if she was supposed to be there for support, just case and stuff. And we're just hearing he say, she say, because she's just like this, like, okay, you weren't thinking about this when you did your family. Apollo feels like this, because, you know, when he came out of jail, she basically said, like, don't worry about it. You just have to pay the utility, you know, the water bill every month, and you're good to go, and stuff like that. Because he said at first he wasn't ready for a relationship, and Phaedra's let me know, you know, everything be taken care of fine till you get your feet. I'll build you back up type of thing. I'll upgrade you. I think that's what was gathered. And then when he said she ended up having one day having paid $3,200 and stuff like that, and it basically said, like, he helped her get some of them checks. And that's what makes the question, but what checks she talking about? When she's in the courtroom, how did you help her get the checks? I'm just saying, what checks are you talking about, and what businesses, and where they're legal? I'm just saying, there's a lot of questions that can come up with this. So, you know, they're going back and forth. He's saying, like, one time, you know, like I said, besides shit, he's like, when he comes out, we need to talk about a plan, his budget plan. Even though he's talking about Phaedra's worried about money, he's also talking about, she worried about money, he's about hitting, she's, you know, but she's talking about, she's worried about her public reputation that she got prior to marrying him, and he's basically like, okay, but what about me too, and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you can't look at this way, like, even though she can't be there for support, you put yourself in that position, bro. He's acting like, you know, like I said, I don't know if he's trying to go with saying he's got the addiction, does something like that, some type of addiction that caused him to do this behavior, okay? And, you know, like I said, throughout the episode, he's just been telling folks, like, you know, my wife was supposed to be there, blah, blah, blah. But do y'all really think she needed to be there, or was for the best that she did, like, leave from the ever, or just being so frustrated, she just said, like, you know, at least from her opinion, you know, you didn't obviously care too much, because, you know, but like I said, you know, if he's using all this money, 5 G's a night, at strip clubs, and you got, I mean, that's kind of expensive, even you're a damn bachelor, let alone you got wife and babies, you know, okay, so, yeah, but he's basically like, he the point he wants to see the voice low and stuff like that. She just like this, she's nonchalant, like, you know, first she having the baby, the first dialogue, you know, the baby, the youngest one, the dialogue first was like, okay, I'm supposed to go to daddy, okay, but while he's talking, then she ends up with the child later on, but pretty much, he's just saying, you know, you caused this BS, I don't have access to this savings account, and certain stuff, and blah, 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 this, and, you know, I went back to this lifestyle because of you, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, but he's making it seem like because she didn't give him certain, I guess, financial support, or made her feel, you know, him some type of way that he had to compete or basically live up to her lifestyle and standards. That's an excuse. It went from addiction to now help. Maybe it's either all of the above or A, B, and C, or none of the above. Now, and that's Sorry about that, y'all. Had to charge my second battery. But yeah, so she basically taking the baby, walking off another room where she talking about he want to be voiced bon voyage. And that's pretty much how it ended. Like I said, he was saying some certain stuff. Baby's just like, okay, whatever, you delusional, what, talking about support. You know, it was just one of them type of things. Like, and that's pretty much how it ended. Did I give everything, y'all? Because it, you know, it wasn't too much a bad episode. But like I said, it should have been called, you know, because it really was, the focus was on Apollo and this whole deal with him. So anyways, y'all, pleasant night, pleasant weekend, and I hope to be consistent. I'm just gonna tell y'all, and ride this on out into probably November 2024, whatever this season is. Y'all know it's a long ass damn season of the damn Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff. But anyway, y'all take care.